to start with Wilfried, the trade for Malte. Amundsen, just what do you like about him and what do you see his role being on this team?
First of all, well done by the club. As you know, we had bad news about Will. Really sad news because he's been really good, and this is a player for the really important player for us in terms of his spirit, in terms of his desire to improve all the time, and his future. So in, I would say, less than 48 hours, we had to find a solution, and the front office did a really good job with that in terms of proactivity. So yeah, he's gonna help us. He's gonna help us because he knows the league. He's been with New York City. This is a team that we like to play also. He knows also the way I want to play because in the past we played against him a few times. So yeah, he's gonna help us to achieve what we want to do. So good for him and good for the team. Now we need to give him the time also to understand what we do on the pitch. But the idea is to have someone ready to help us.
Then shifting gears to Open Cup tomorrow, your first time coaching in this tournament. How are you approaching it and thinking about it?
No, again, new competition. So again, we gonna compete because, like I told you, we want to be limitless. So this is the idea, and I'm happy to start a new chapter. It's gonna be new for me, and to see. We know that the cup, every cups all over the world, this is the same situation. When we face a team in terms of this division, this is not the same level. We know that for this game, it's going to be the same level because they want to beat us. They want to do well. They want to show that they have the level also to play in MLS. So again, the players they're gonna have they will be ready for that because they know that. Since the beginning, we said we don't focus on the opposite on the name of the opposition. We focus on the style of play. So they have a way to play. So the idea is to respect that and again to do a good performance to go through.
How much would you expect rotation for this, while still keeping in mind that you want to compete, you want to respect your opponent, things like that? How, just an idea of what we could expect tomorrow in terms of.
Usually, the way I do things in terms of many games, I like to rotate. So after that, tomorrow is a League Cup, but in the future it's going to be also a normal game. So it depends. I can stay, like I told you, I can stay with the same team, no matter what result that we had. It's all about freshness. The idea is all about freshness and also try to associate also players regarding what we want to do against the opposition. So we're gonna finalize today to see who we're gonna put on the team. But again, the team that I will put, this is a competitive team because, like I told you, we want to compete against any team. So it's all about association, freshness, and also put the best team to win this game.
How different is it scouting a team from a different league than one in MLS where you see similar opponents and you're more familiar with them?
Yeah, this is not easy, but again, now with the tools that we have, we're able to watch all the games. So we have Maxime Chalier, our video analyst, who does a good job with that. So he was on point already since last week to show us the way they play, the way they attack, the way they defend. So the idea now is to find the right profile of players to put in the team to win, to play against this team. But this is the same way, the way we do the work. But it's true that sometimes if I'm going into details, the quality of the image sometimes is not so clean. But again, we have all the tools to prepare the game in a good way, so I'm happy for that.
And And going back to the injury with Will, I know you talked after the game about the differences you saw in terms of making the substitution with Yao and Jimmy. You make the trade. What is the confidence level in kind of that group to be able to replicate what Will was giving you through the first 7 games he started?
No, again, the way we train, it's all about a concept. It's not about players. It's all about what we want to do when the ball is on this side, is in the middle, is high or low. So for me, this is not an issue. Now this is more about the profile. Yao came in the last game because I wanted to have a player with a lot of activity on the side, because knowing that Charlotte, they wanted to play all the time the ball in behind, between our center back and wing back. So, and also offensively, I wanted a guy, an offensive winger, not a wing back, more a winger. So maybe against Miami is going to be the opposite. So it's all about this kind of profile that sometimes I like to change, depending the opposition. But in terms of the way we play, it doesn't change. It's all about the way we want to attack and the way we want to defend. So I will choose with my staff the profile that we think it will help the team to have a good performance.
Coach, you won the Canadian Championship with Montreal in your first year, didn't you?
Yes.
In the second year, you lost to the same team that you beat, Toronto. I wondered, in the semifinals, I wondered if you learned anything from the first year to the second year, that you knew that next time I'm in this situation, these are some of the things I want to employ.
Oh, listen, we have to respect every team. Every team with anybody, but we respect every team. So again, this is more a mental aspect, because you know, sometimes and this is something that we try to work on every day. It's a game. No matter the opposition, we need to play our game. We need to have the right mentality to play this game. So what we try to do, and we try to also to help the player, because naturally it could happen that sometimes the player, you know, it's a cup game, this is not the same division, or some teams, they're gonna mix the team. So the mindset could be not the same as MLS game. But again, since the beginning, we've been working on that, and I'm gonna be extremely demanding with the attitude. Attitude for me is the most important, because the quality, we have it, but if we have the right mindset, we have to be good on that. And you know, my first year when we won the Canada Cup, we played against Forge, if I'm not mistaken, and we started well, but Forge played really well, really well, and us, we were not good. And we won on PKs, and it was the same year that we won. So sometimes it's difficult to explain, but what we want to do is to prepare the player to have the right mindset to compete in this competition. This is the idea. MLS, no MLS, MLS, USL, MLS. We want to compete in this competition. So the idea is to help them to be good on that. But yeah, this is the cup. This is the cup. This is the beauty also of the cup, and I like it because it's new for me. Because in Canada it was, I think, we had only 3 games or 4 games to reach the final. And here, this is like in France, so I am happy, because when I used to be a player, and also when I started also to coach a bit the young players, we started from the bottom. And for me, this is the beauty of this competition, because it gives the opportunity of all the teams, you know, to compete. So I like it. This is more games if we go through, but this is the way it is.
Coach, you talk about keeping the team fresh and everything. You got 3 games in the next 2 weeks.
Mhm.
What steps are you taking to keep the team fresh?
Sorry?
What steps are you taking to keep the team fresh with
Oh.
having 3 games in the next 2 weeks?
Yeah, but nowadays also we have the data, and this is a good tool also for us to see where are the players in terms of fatigue, in terms of run, in terms of everything, mental aspect and cognitive aspect, everything. So this is a good tool for us to see that. And also we have to know our players. Some players, they can repeat games in a row. Some of them, they cannot do it. They need freshness. So this is something that we try to analyze also by doing a lot of things in the beginning of the year to see what kind of player who is able to repeat this kind of game. And after that, every games are different, as you know. So, like I told you, it's all about the profile. It's all about also the game. So I don't like to. I like to see the big picture. So let's say we're gonna have 3 games in a row. So I like to see the big picture. Where we're gonna play, if we're gonna travel or not. But at the end of the day, depending the game, the first game that we're gonna do, if we are in control of the game, maybe I'm gonna put the same team the second game and the third game. But if the game is a ping pong game, maybe I will change, or maybe I will move certain players. So I don't have a clear answer. The answer for me is all about the fact that I want to involve everybody, but at the same time, it will depend also about the performance that we will do.
All set?